Okay. Hi guys. Namaskar. Vanakkam. I am Ashok Muttavena from Chartereds Academy. Let's revise the entire assessment procedures. In this video, we are not including the appeal share revision parts. For the appeal share revision, I will make a separate video. So we want to see that classes. So we will see the next video. I will upload in the next video. So first, this video is completely related for the only assessment. 144 assessment, 147 assessment, 143 assessment. RIA notice and processing of return. So it is only consist of only assessment process. Okay, sir. Then, okay, let's revise the assessment procedures. Let's dive into the chapter. Assessment procedures. In this assessment, how many types we have covered under the self-assessment here? We have RIA notice, 142.1 assessment. We done with we have special audit and everything. This comes. Let's revise the entire assessment procedure in just 20 to 30 minutes. So what is the self-assessment? Sir, before going to that, I will draft the one background. Sir, in a previous year, every SSC, if any SSC earned the income in the previous year, is required to pay tax in the assessment year while filing of return of income, Sir, whatever the tax amount is paid along with the return of income, such amount is treated as a self-assessed tax. Why, sir? That amount is self-assessed by the SSC only, self-assessed by the OSCR. So, you can simply say SC required to pay any tax before filing of return of income along with interest, such amount is treated as a self-assessment. Sir, if any short payment of the tax, so amount paid first adjust against the fees, then balance towards the tax, Okay, that's it, then balance towards the tax. Okay, sir. May I come with the inquiry before the assessment? This is the preliminary assessment. We treat as it is a preliminary assessment also. So, what is the inquiry before the assessment? So, inquiry before the assessment. RIA notice, inquiry before the assessment. Inquiry before the assessment. Inquiry before the assessment means, sir, if SSC not file the return, if SSC file the return, so in 142.1, AO, SSC, you send the notice to file the return, that's send the notice to file the return. So, and I will give that time to file the return. Sir, if SSC not file the return against this notice also, it leads to the best judgment. It leads to the best judgment assessment at 10,000 penalty. Okay, sir. Sir, if SC already filed the return, in this, even though AO can send the notice, to the SSC for produce the book. For what purpose, sir? To produce the books of accounts. To ask details of assets and liabilities. Produce the books and documents. So maximum how many years of books of account he can ask? Maximum how many years books of accounts SC AO can ask from the SSC? Maximum 3 years. 3 prior years. Relevant previous year. For example, sir, if we send the notice in 23-24, so we can ask the details maximum 22-23, 20-21, 21-22, 20-21, 20-21. So we can ask the details from the 22-23, 20-21, 20-21, 20-21. So we ask the details of assets and details. AO can ask the details from the SSC, assets and details. So we need to check the details. Mentioned in the books of accounts are not mentioned. Mentioned in the books, no approval is required. Mentioned in the book, no approval is required. So So whatever the assets and liability details asked by the AO from SSC, not mentioned, such assets and details are not mentioned in the books of accounts and not relevant to their business. So simply relevant to the personal assets. So before sending, in this scenario, before sending this notice, I need to take the prior permission from joint commissioner. AO need to take the prior permission from joint commissioner. That's it. AO need to take the prior permission from joint commissioner. That's it. AO need to take the prior permission from joint commissioner. Okay. Maximum 3 years and prior approval required if the information demanded related to the assistant not mentioned in the books. That's it. Okay, sir. So if not possible, okay. Sometimes in the assessment, AO required to value the some assets and some liabilities. AO required to value the some assets and some liabilities. But AO is expert in the valuation of, expert in the assessment of income, is not expert in the valuation of properties. So sometimes AO required to value the assets and properties and investment. So in this case, he can refer to the valuation officer. In this case, he can refer to the valuation officer for the purpose of valuation. So what is the time limit given by the AO to valuation officer? Maximum he can give the 6 months of time from the end of the month in which a reference was made. So once he receive the valuation report, AO can use for the reference purpose only. AO cannot bind it. AO cannot bind up that valuation. But whatever the order issued by the TPO order, AO need to bind that. So in which scenario AO can refer the valuations and you have a doubt about the books of accounts, In this scenario, you can refer the valuation. So okay, sir. Sir, AO done the assessment. So done the assessment for the relevant SSC. During the assessment, in the SSC, in the assessment is pending. In the pendency of the assessment, during the assessment, he find that the books of accounts volume is huge, large value of the books of accounts. He is unable to understand the books of accounts while just seeing the prima facie. He is not able to understand the books of accounts. But the books of accounts are very complex. And SSC have a doubt about the books of accounts. Sir, everything is happening during the assessment, not after the completion of assessment. In the during the assessment, AO feel like that about the SSC, about their books. AO feel like these books about the SSC books. AO feel like about the SSC books. Okay, now we can able to understand, sir. So during the assessment, AO find that the value of the books of accounts very high. The books of accounts are very complex, and you have a doubt about the books of accounts. You have a doubt about there is a multiplicity of the transaction. One transaction can be entered into the number of times. Same transaction can be entered into 2-3 times. And next point is, sir, the business is a specialized in nature. So being a AO, I'm not able to understand that business. So I needed some assistance. To understand all this. Sir, any of the reasons, volume of the books or nature and complete doubt about it's all this, any of the things is affected the interest of the revenue of the government. So in this scenario, AO directed the SSC, please do the special audit. Please conduct the special audit in your books. AO in this scenario, AO directed the SSC. So okay, in this scenario, AO directed the SSC for the conducting the special audit. AO directed the SSC for conducting the special audit. Sir, before conducting the special audit, I need to do the 2 things. First, sir, I need to take the approval. AO need to take the approval from CAT and PCAT. Before conducting the special audit, I need to take the approval from the CAT and PCAT. So approval is required from the higher level of income tax authorities. Okay, sir. Sir, before conducting the audit, AO need to do another thing, sir. What, sir? You need to give the OBS to the SSC. So, OBS to the SSC. Simply send the showcase notice. Just simply send the showcase notice. So, so before starting up, AO need to do 2 things. One thing, sir. First thing is that you need to take the approval from the, you must take the approval from the CAT and PCAT, and you must give, AO should be given the OBS to the SC. Should be given the OBS to the SC. SSC. Okay, sir. AO should be given the OBS to the SSC. Okay, sir. That's it. Sir, who are going to conduct this audit? Sir, this audit conducted by the Chartered Accountants. But who are nominated the Chartered Accountants, sir? Sir, nominated by the CCAT, PCAT and appointed by the central government. Sir, who are going to bear the expenditure of such Chartered Accountants, sir? Sir, expenditure beared by the central government will bear the expenditure of such Chartered Accountant. Okay, sir. Sir, sometimes in this scenario, we find that there is a there is a complexity, there is a doubt about the books of account, there is a multiplicity, it is affect the interest of the revenue of the government. I have two options. One option is you can direct the SSC for the special audit. Sometimes you can direct the SSC for the inventory valuation. You can direct it for the inventory. Sir, who are going to done the inventory valuation? Sir, cost accountant done the inventory valuation. So who are going to done the cost accountant? So who are going to appointed that cost? Sir, nominated by the CCIT and PCIT and appointed by the central government. Sir, expenditure of cost accountant will be paid by the central government. Expenditure of cost accountant. What is the time limit, sir, to complete this audit or to complete these valuations? Sir, maximum time limit is 180 days. Original time limit and extended. Maximum time limit to complete this audit is 180 days. 180 days. Okay, sir. Sir, sometimes if a SSC not comply the special audit, if SSC not comply with the provisions of special audit, if SSC not comply with the provisions of special audit, if SSC not comply with the provisions of special audit, sir, if SSC not cooperate with the chartered accountant to complete the special audit, if SSC not responded for the special audit, the penalty will be the 10,000, the penalty will be the 10,000, and it can be lead to the best judgment. Sometimes it can be lead to the search complaint, sometimes it can lead to the search. That is the special audit, sir. That is the special audit. Okay. So I hope that you people are understand the special audit in the clear manner. Okay. So next I'm talking about the processing of return. Processing of return. So processing of return. Wait. So just concentrating on my wordings. Concentrate on my wording and my procedure. So first we have earned the income in the previous years and file the return in the assessment. If not file the return, I will send the note. You already filed the return, I will go for the process of the return. Sir, once you SSC file the return of income, this processed by the department. Okay, section 1 provide for that computation of total income of the SSC after. So processing of return means intimation. The processing of return done by the department. Okay, processing return done by the department. Okay, sir, department. Sir, who are going to process the return? Department, income tax department going to process the return. Once you file the return of income tax department going to process it. Sir, while processing of the return, I making the some adjustment. Income tax department making the following adjustment. Income tax department can making the following adjustments. Only after making these adjustments, I will send the intimation order to the SSC. Only after making this adjustment, I will send the intimation order to the SSC. Sir, what is the adjustment? Sir, if any arithmetical errors in the return, department will rectify it. Sir, if any incorrect claims, department will rectify it. Sir, if any disallowance of loss is claimed, department will rectify it. Sir, if any disallowance of expenditure increase of income is indicated in the tax certificate but not indicated in the return of income, department will be rectified. So simply, sir, the following adjustment made by the department before sending the before processing of return. So one thing need to do the department, sir. Sir, before making any adjustment, is department send the one intimation to the SSC. What, sir? And he requiring the SSC, sir, please respond to respond such adjustment. Sir, if any response is received, the department consider the such responses before making any adjustment. However, if no response is received within the 30 days, if no response is received within the 30 days of the issue of the notice, department incorporated their adjustment and process the return. Incorporated their adjustment and process the return. Okay, sir. So what is the time? So after incorporating adjustment, they will send the one intimation order to the department. Sir, how many types of intimation? There are 3 types of intimators. Sir, sometimes no adjustment is required. He send the acknowledgement order. to the SSC. Sir, everything is the correct. Whatever the declared or written of, everything is correct. Sometimes refund is granted through the intimation. Sometimes refund is, so it's intimation. Refund will be granted through the intimation order. Sometimes, sir, there is some mismatch. Sometimes there is a mismatch between the intimation order and return. So they unnecessarily claim the excess expenditure in the return of income. They unnecessarily decrease the income. There is anything is possible. So a department can make such adjustment. After making such adjustment, I find that there is a demand. The demand is required to paid by the SSC to the department. So I will send the intimation order. In this intimation order, I clearly mention that, hey SSC, please pay this amount. So in this scenario, in this type of intimation order, I treat it as a deemed demand order under section 156. In this intimation, I treat as a deemed demand order under section 156. In this, there's a deemed demand order under section 156. Okay, deemed demand under section 156. That's it. One deemed demand under section 156. Okay. So what is the rectification for this intimation order? Sir, what is the remedy? We can rectify this in under section 154. We can rectify. We can file appeal to the CA under section 246. So sometimes we can revise the intimation order. We can revise this intimation order. Sometimes, sir, revenue, the department need to release the refund. Department need to release the refund to the SSC. But there is some assessment is pending before the some assessment is pending against the SSC. In that scenario, in that scenario, sir, already there is a demand is arisen against the SSC. In that scenario, he can adjust such a refund against such a demand. He can adjust such refund against the, can stop the refund, he can habitual tax offender. Okay, so he can adjust the refund against such demand. Can adjust such refund against such demand. You can adjust such refund against such demand. Okay, that's it. Okay. So what is the notice for the scrutiny assessment? What is the notice for the scrutiny assessment? What is the notice for the scrutiny assessment? Okay. Sir, the 143 is the regular assessment. Regular assessment. Sir, what is, sir, before making any regular assessment by the department need to send the one notice to the SC. Need to send the one notice. Such notice will be sent under the 143.2. Okay, now. Sir, without notice, the assessment is invalid. Without notice, the assessment is... So, mandatorily, department need to give the one notice to the SSC. We are going to conduct a regular assessment on your books of accounts. We are going to conduct the one regular assessment on your books of... We are going to conduct the one scrutiny on your books of accounts. We are going to conduct the one scrutiny on your books of accounts. That's it. Okay, sir. Sir, if assessment is annual, if notice is not given, if notice is annual, so timely. So, what is the time to serve that notice? It is served within the 3 months from the end of the finance in which return of income was filed. For example, I filed the return of income 22-23 income, return 23-24 assessment year. What is the end of the financial? 31st March 2024. So within the 3 months. So April, May, June. 30th June 2024. 30th June 2024. I need to serve the show cause notice within the 3 months from the end of the financial year in which return of income was filed. Okay. Next, sir. So what if I am non-compliant with such notice? I am non-compliant with such notice. Will 10,000 is the penalty, and it can lead to the best judgment assessment under section 144. Okay, sir. So sometimes department can send the notice after expiry of time. Not able, department is sometimes department is not send the notice within the time. What are the time? That is a 3 months time. Not send the notice. So what is the consequences faced? What is the cause? Sir, if the notice is time valid, sometimes the notice is time valid. Simply, sometimes the department send the notice after expiry of time limit. So what is the consequence? In this scenario, sir, two options given to this. One option, sir, if SSC, if the notice is time valid, but if SSC cooperated with such assessment, cooperated with such notice, and he replies to the notice, and he appearing the proceedings, then such assessment can be valid. Then such assessment is the valid. Then that assessment is the valid. Then such assessment is the valid. Then such assessment is the valid. Sir, then such assessment is the valid. So, if SSC cannot raise any objection later than that. So, simple, if SSC want to raise any objection against that notice, he can raise it before completion of assessment only. So, SSC still can raise the objection, but before completion of assessment only. So, simply, sir, if any notice is a time valid notice, in this scenario, SSC can raise the objections. So, that notice will be the invalid, the assessment will be the invalid. Simply that. But, if any assessment, but with the SSC cooperate with this assessment, he appear in the proceedings, and he cooperate with such assessment, he can reply to the notice. In that scenario, he can't raise any objections. If SSC want to raise the objection, he can raise it, but before the completion of assessment. After completion of assessment, SSC can't raise any objection against such notice. That notice is time valid, so it is an invalid. You want to raise it, but before the completion of assessment, you can raise it. Before the assessment, you can raise it. Okay, so what is a regular assessment and scrutiny assessment? What is a this is the notice part for the completion for the regular assessment, scrutiny assessment. So what need to done in the regular assessment? Sir, in the regular assessment, AO can assess the income. AO can assess your books of accounts based on the AO can assess your books of accounts in the regular assessment. AO can assess the books of account based on the evidence gathered by the AO. Evidence gathered by the AO and information submitted by the department. Evidence gathered by the AO and information submitted by the SSC. So AO can assess the books of accounts evidence based on the evidence gathered by the AO and information submitted by the information. Based on that, AO can increase the income. AO can increase the income. AO can decrease the income. AO can increase the losses. AO can decrease the losses. AO can allow the some expenditures. AO can disallow the some expenditure. AO can reject. So based on that, he can done this. Based on that, he can reject the some exemptions. He can reject the exemptions and deductions. Exemptions and deduction based on the evidence. Okay, sir. Based on that. So this is assessment is done for the not only favor for the department. It can be favor to the SC. Sometimes it can favor to the department. So that can be happened, sir. So that is there. Sir, you have it done with 2 points. 143 1 3 low. 143 so two provisions. Have it two provisions. First provision. What is the first provision? What is the first provision? What is the second provision? Second. Simply says, what is the first provision? Sir, in case of any charitable trust, first provision, in case of any charitable trust, in the first provision, I'm talking about the first thing. Sir, in case of any charitable trust, whose the commercial receipt is more than 20% of total receipt, then AO shall not grant any exemption under section 11 and 12. In this assessment, we find that any charitable trust commercial receipt is more than 20% of total receipt, it shall not grant any exemption under section 11 and 12. 11 or 12. Okay, sir. So if the trust is under section 1021 or 1022B, 1023A and 1023B. Okay, sir? Okay. But AO directly cannot deny the exemption. AO directly cannot deny the exemption. Very simple, sir. If the trust reaches under section 1021, 10 subsection 21, 1022B, 1023A, 1023B. But AO can observe that any contravention of the provision is happen. Any contravention of the provision is happen. So in this scenario, AO cannot deny the exemptions. And cannot withdraw the approval. Cannot directly, in this scenario, AO cannot deny the exemption, cannot withdraw the approvals. Cannot deny the exemption, cannot withdraw the approvals. Without intimating the central government or prescribed authority. Very simple, sir. If AO identify if any trust is under this section, AO identify that there is a contravention of the provisions prescribed by this section. So in this scenario, AO cannot deny the exemptions, cannot withdraw the registration, cannot withdraw the approvals without intimating the central government or prescribed authority. AO can only withdraw these exemptions, AO can only deny these exemptions, withdraw this approval after approval from the central government, after receipt of approval from the central government only, That's it. That's very simple, guys. Very simple. After receipt of approval from the central government or prescribed authority only. Central government or prescribed. That's the first part. Next point, sir. Same point. So in this process, some time is required. AO need to send the intimations and department, central government give some reply. So whatever the time incurred for this process, such time is excluded from the total time for completion of assessment. Even after excluding of that time. So whatever the time incurred for this process for completion of this assessment, in such case, that shall be excluded the period from which date, sir? Date on the AO give the intimations and date on the copy of order withdraw of approval received by the AO, okay. So this time is after excluding of this time, we have a less than 60 days to complete it. We have less than 60 days. In this time, we have to extend it another 60 days. You can extend it another 60 days. So next point, sir. Simple, sir. Sir, if AO satisfies any trust or institution, registration of 1023C, 12AB. So that he observed that there is a contravention of provision. There is a contravention of provision. There is a contravention of provisions of the section prescribed with the 1023 CR. In this scenario, AO cannot deny the exemptions, cannot withdraw the approvals without intimating the prescribed authority. Without intimating the prescribed authority means without intimating the PCAT, CCAT. So AO only denied. AO can only deny the exemption. AO can only deny the exemption after receiving the approval from the prescribed authority only. After receiving the approval from the prescribed authority only. Now, you people are able to remember this point for a long time. I hope that, because I am going to stress the more points. Okay. So this is the regular assessment. This is the 143 assessment. Sir, what is the best judgment assessment? What is the best judgment assessment? Sir, if SSC not comply to 142, one notice. If SSC best judgment assessment means, sir, best judgment assessment means, what is the best judgment assessment means? What is the best judgment assessment means, sir? So what is the best judgment? Wait. What is the best judgment? Sir, best judgment. AO shall make an assessment to the best of his judgment and the knowledge. To the best of his judgment and knowledge. AO shall make the assessment to the best of his judgment and knowledge. So the best of his judgment and knowledge. So simply, sir, AO can make complete his assessment best of his knowledge and judgment. So without asking any information from the SSC. So sir, in this assessment, AO can complete the assessment based on the information available with the AO. Sir, in which scenarios, in which cases best judgment assessment, sir? In which scenarios assessment can lead to the best judgment assessment? We need to think in which scenarios assessment can lead to the best judgment. In which scenarios AO can make the best judgment? Sir, very simple, sir. Sir, if SSC not file the return of income 139.1, 139.4, 139.5, 139.88 updated return, it can lead to the best judgment assessment, sir. So, if failure to comply the notice, then AO can conduct the best judgment assessment, sir. It can lead to the best judgment. If AO not comply with the directions of the special audit, it can lead to the best judgment assessment, sir. And if failure to complete the scrutiny notice 143, it can be lead to the best judgment assessment, sir. It can be lead to the best judgment assessment, sir. Okay, sir. Sir, in this assessment, in this income always increase, never be decrease. Loss always decrease. In this income only increase, never be decrease. This, sir. Okay, sir. Sir, in sometimes AO need to conduct the discretionary best judgment. So, this is when, sir. Sir, AO has a doubt about the correctness of the books of accounts, correctness of the completeness of the books of account, and AO has a doubt about the method of accounting is not correctly followed by the SC, method of account not correctly employed by the SC, and income is not computed by the following ICDS. Income is not computed as per the ICDS. In these three scenarios, AO can apply the best judgment procedures. AO can apply the best judgment. This is simply discretionary of the AO. Okay, sir. Discretionary of the AO. Sir, next I am talking about the 144A. 144A, power of joint commissioners, Sir, joint commissioner, very simple, sir. Sir, in my regular class, I explained very slow manner, but in this revision class, that's why I take the more speed. I am explaining in a very more speed. Try to understand my. Sir, AO, SSC. So there is assessment. During the assessment, AO asked some evidences from the SSC not cooperated with the AO. No, sir, not cooperating with the AO. Sir, either SSC produces some evidence, AO not consider that evidences. So in these scenarios, they go to the joint commissioner. AO application to the joint commissioner, SSC not cooperated with me, or AO go to the joint commissioner. AO not conducted the assessment as per the provisions of Act. AO not conducted the assessment as per the provisions of Act. Or either joint commissioner on his own motion, joint commissioner call the records and verify that on his own motion he finds that this assessment is not good, not as per the process, in this section. So, a joint commissioner on his own motions or an application by the SSC or on the reference made, he call the records and examine this assessment, call the records. So, which records, which assessment is pending? Which assessment he call the records of the assessment pending records? He call the record. So, he can examine the record, and he issue the direction to the AO to conduct the assessment as per my direction, to conduct the assessment as per he can give the direction. Then after that, he can give the directions to the AO. So, the direction should be binding on the AO. So, sir, if things fit, it may give the direction to the AO. If you feel that, so need to give the direction to the AO. Please complete the assessment as per this. Sir, OBH must be given to the SSC if the directions is the procedural to the SSC. Procedural to the very simple, sir. Don't worry, I will explain. Sir, if an application by the SSC or application by the AO on his own motion, a joint commission call the records. Call the records. Sorry, records of any pending assessment. Call the records of any pending assessment. So after that, you think that I need to give the direction to the AO. So after that, you give some direction to the AO. So before giving the directions, the joint commission need to check that, sir, these directions affected the interest of the revenue of the SSC or not. If these directions affected the interest of the revenue of the SSC. Yes, sir. If it affected the interest of the revenue of the SSC, or if it is projectual to the SSC, then I give the OBH to the SSC before giving these directions. No, sir. If these directions are not affected the interest of the revenue of the SSC, or these directions are not projectual to the SSC, not required to given any OBS to the. No need to given any OBS to the SSC. No need to given any OBS to the SSC. No need to given any OBS to the SSC. That's it. That is the 144 here. That's it. That is the one. Sir, faceless assessment is not more important. For exam point of view. Wait. No. So now I come with the 144C, sir, reference to the dispute resolution and reference to the dispute resolution part. I come with the one regular reference to that. Sir, the AO while making the assessment, sir, whose assessment, sir? The SSC will either be the foreign company or NR non-residents. In the making the assessment, the assessment is that variation of income is a procedural to the SSC. That variation of income is the excess in the whatever the income, whatever the additional tax is fined by the AO regarding the NR or foreign company. That is a procedural to the SSC. So no, sir. While making the assessment of other SSCs based on the order of TPO, after completion of such assessment, that is also that is also some income, some tax is required to pay by the SSC. That is also, in this scenario, sir, required to pay the SSC. That is also procedural to the SSC. Very simple, sir. In these two scenarios, so what is the first scenario, sir? While making the assessment, following the risk procedures, what is, who are the SC, sir? SC either NR or foreign company. Either SC, NR or foreign company or other SC. While making the assessment, other SSC's assessment done based on the TP order. So NRR foreign company, while making the assessment of these two persons, there is some variation. Such variation is the procedural to the SSC, procedural to the SC. That variation is the procedural to the SSC. That variation is the procedural to the SSC. Okay, sir. That variation is the procedural. In this scenario, if first send the draft copy order, AO shall forward the draft order to the SSC. Draft order. First step, we need to send the draft order to the SSC. So within the 30 days from the date of receipt of order, the SSC shall file either acceptance or objection. Sir, either he file is acceptance to the AO, other is objection to the AO. So if you want to file the objection against that draft order, you need to file a AO along with DRP. You need to file that objection to the DRP. Sir, if you file his acceptance, then AO shall pass the final order. The AO shall pass the final order within the 1 month from the end of the month in which acceptance is received. Received by the AO. Sir, if you file the objection, then DRP shall issue the directions within the 9 months. From the end of the month in which draft order is forwarded to this. Okay, sir. Within the 9 months from the end of the month in which draft order is passed to this. Sir, DRP shall issue the directions on which basis DRP shall issue the direction? On the basis of draft order, on the basis of objection raised by the SSC, on the basis of material evidence gathered by the DRP, on the basis of evidence produced by the SSC and AO. Okay, sir. Sir, after receiving the directions, the AO shall pass the final order. Within the 1 month from the end of the month in which directions are received by the AO. Was received by the AO. That's it. So DRP direction received by the AO are binding on the AO. Yes, sir. You need to bind by the AO. So DRP may confirm that the draft order, whatever the draft order sent by the AO, it can confirm it. Okay, sir, that's the 10 lakh. No, sir, you can reduce it. 10 lakhs is not good, sir. We can make it 8 lakhs. Next, you can enhance it. The DRP can enhance it. So we can reduce, confirm, reduce, enhance, and variation with the drafted. Sir, if SSC not satisfied with the final order passed by the AO. So whatever the order passed by the AO based on the DRP direction, SSC is not satisfied. In that scenario, we can file appeal to the directly IT. We can file appeal to the directly IT because DRP is the CIT level. DRP is the CIT level. So order passed by the CIT, we are not able to appeal to the CIT. So we need to appeal to the higher level of authority. Who is the higher level of authority? CIT, IT. So in that scenario, we can file appeal to the IT. In that scenario, we can file appeal to the IT. Okay, sir. So this scheme can be implemented in the faceless manner also. This scheme can be implemented in the faceless manner also. Okay, sir. Sir, method of accounting, we can income completely discuss. This is not required. Okay, sir. Now we are with the reassessment. Reassessment. Sir, in that income escaping assessment, I want to take the only important. I want to take the only procedure. I don't want to take the other sections and time limit. I will just take this. Sir. So I want to. So when it is assessment is done, when assessment is possible, 70. So I am already done the 143.3 assessment. Again 147 is possible, sir, as possible. I am already done the 143 is done. 147 is possible, sir, as possible. I am already done the 144 is done. As 147 is possible, sir, possible, sir. Sir, 147 already done. Again 147 is possible, sir, yes, sir, possible. Simply, sir, if any assessment is already done, I want to do reassess my income. So 147 is possible. I am already done assessment 147 and again 147 is possible. I am already done assessment 143, again 147 is possible. I am already done 144 assessment. Simply, sir, in a previous year, I done the 143.3. Again 143.3 is not possible. 143 is not possible and 144 is also not possible for it. So I am done the 144. Again 144 is not possible. And 143 is not possible. But 147 is possible. And 147 is possible. Okay? 147 is possible. Next, that's it, sir. So I am already done the 147. Again 147 is possible. Again 147 is possible. Again 147 is possible. Okay? So for this we need to consider, sir. SSC have a one income. SC have a one income. Long-term capital gain. Long-term capital gain 1920 previous year. 1920 previous year. Okay, 1920 previous year. Okay, 1920 previous. Not declared in the assessment year 2021. Not declared. So we need to go with the 31st March 2020. Long-term capital gain is a 10 lakhs. Non-term capital gain 10 lakhs. Non-term capital gain is a 10 lakhs. So long-term capital gain is a 10 lakhs. So AO can send the notice under section 148. AO can send the notice for the 148 for the completion of assessment maximum 3 years. Maximum 3 years. And in 2021 possible. 21-22 in 22-23. It's a 50 lakhs or more. It is a 50 lakhs. So it is a 50 lakhs rupees. It can be up to 10 years. We can done the assessment phase up to 10 of the relevant years. Okay, sir. So I know in concept what is the process. Please concentrate on the process of the income escaping assessment. Please process of the curve. Sir, I want to done the assessment of 147. I want to done the assessment of 147. So before done the assessment, I need to send the notice under section 148. I need to send the notice under section 148. Sir, before sending the notice, I need to check whether notice under section 148 is fit for the SSC or not. So that can be done in the 148A. So I need to follow some procedures in the 148A. I need to follow some procedure in 148. In the 148, I decide this case is fit for 147 or not. This case is fit for 147 or not. So the time limit for sending notice is the 149. The time limit for sending notice is the 148. So sir, I need to done the assessment in section 147. I need to send the notice under section 148. Please consider. I want to done the assessment under section 147. I need to send 140. Correctly. Okay. Sorry, sir. Sorry. I can change this. So I want to done the I need to done the assessment. I need to done the under section 147. I need to please first I need to send the notice. First I need to send the notice under section 140. I require to send the notice. So before sending the notice, I need to check whether this case is fit for 147 or not. Whether this case is fit for 147. So I need to follow the some procedures in 148A. I need to follow the some procedure in 148A. After following the procedure, I decide I pass the one order. I pass the one order. Whether this case is eligible for 147 or not. After it is okay, I pass the notice under section 148. After passing the notice, I done the assessment in 147. So what is the time need to pass the notice is the 149. What is the time need to pass the notice is the 149. When from whom I take the approval is the 150. From whom I take approval is the 150. What is the time limit to complete the assessment is some other section. So now we can get it. Simply, sir. So now we can get it. For doing 147, you have to follow this. First, you have to done the procedure of 148. What? After it, you find the 148. If I can, you send the notice under section 148. We send the notice under section 148. So sir, first AO 148, no, down is 148. AO need to conduct the one inquiry. AO need to conduct the one inquiry. Sir, we need to conduct the one inquiry with the approval of specified authority. If AO necessary, we need to conduct the one inquiry. We need to conduct the one inquiry regarding the any information. Sir, when the 147 is possible, sir, if AO have any information that SSC escaped the some income, SSC escaped the some income, SSC escaped that only in that scenario, only in that scenario, 147 is possible. 137. Very simple, sir. If AO has the information that SSC have some escaped income. Only in that scenario, 147 is possible. Only in that scenario, 147. So we want to do the 147. We need to pass the notice under section 148. We want to pass the 148 notice. We need to conduct some procedure under section 148A. So what is the procedure we need to conduct, sir? Sir, first we need to conduct the inquiry of the SC. We need to conduct the inquiry. We need to inquiry the SC. AO need to inquiry the SC. Okay, now, with approval of specified other. If it necessary, then only conduct the inquiry. Otherwise, not required. So after the inquiry, I given the one. I will issue the one showcase notice. What is the showcase notice, sir? Why your case I'm not going to take in the 148? Why your case I'm not going to taking under the 148? I will send the one OB sir in the showcase notice. So why 148 should not be done in your case? That is, I will send that in that notice. I will send the one notice. In that notice, I clearly mention why 148 not done in your case. Why 148 is not done in your case? You need to reply that why your 148 is not done in your case. The SC need to reply to the AO why 148 not done in your case. Okay, sir. Sir, next given the time here. Next, try to given the time. So what is the time? So AO send the one notice to the SC. What is the time to reply to that notice? So given the minimum 7 days, maximum 30 days. Given the reply to minimum 7 days, maximum 30 days from the data we showed. So AO decide that whether it is fit for the case of 148 or not. Whether fit for the first, sir, notice is passing the order with the approval of specified authority. Sir, before passing the order. So after that, AO decide that whether it is case is the fit for the 148 or not, 148 or not. So before passing the order, I need to take the approval from the specified authority. Again, sir. Again, I go with it, sir. Sir, AO have a information that SSC have some escaped income. AO have information that SSC have some escaped income. And so AO need to conduct the assessment under section 147. Before conducting the 147, I need to send the one notice under section 148. I need to send the one notice under section 148. So before sending the notice, I need to decide whether 148 notice is a fit for SSC or not. So what are the procedures I need to pass? First, I need to inquiry the SSC if possible, if necessary. After that, I send the one showcase notice. Sir, why 148 is not done in your case? In this scenario, SSC need to reply to the AO. Minimum 7 days, maximum 30 days. So after that, AO decided whether it is fit for the case or not. So before passing the order, whether it is decided or before passing, I need to take the approval from the prescribed authority. Who that authority I will discuss after, sir. Okay, now. So what is the time limit to passing this order? What is the time limit to passing this order under section 148A? Sir, in the 148A, I pass the order whether case is fit or not. That's it. I'm not passing any note. I'm not giving any notice to produce some information. In 148A, I'm passing the order whether this case is fit under section 148 or not. Whether this case is fit for the 147 or not. So what is the time limit? What is the time limit to pass this order? What is the time limit to pass this order? Very simple, sir. If reply is received, for example, if reply is received 1 month from the end of the month in which reply was received. Sir, I reply received in the January month. What is the end of the month? 31st January. So it is 1 month from the January. So if no reply is received, sir, within the 1 month from the end of the month in which time was expired, if the allow time was expired, for example, sir, I am given the time to 7 days to reply. I am not given the reply. In the February it is expired. End of the month. In the March I will give the order. So I will pass the order. Okay, sir. Before passing the order, we need to take the approval from the specified authority. Who that specified authority? Now we can check the who that specified authority. Okay, sir, in all the cases, 148 procedure is not required. 148, this procedure is not required in all the cases. Sir, in this following cases, 148A is not required. In this following cases, 148A not required. Simply, we can issue the notice under section 148. Okay, sir, very simple, sir. Sorry. Sir, 148 is not required in the following cases. What is the cases? In these scenarios, we can directly issue the notice under section 148 for the assessment of 147. 148. Okay, so in this scenario, 148 procedures is not required. And simply, in this scenario, OBH is not required to given. In this scenario, inquiry is not done. In this scenario, time limit is not given. In this scenario, not to approval. Okay. Okay, 148 is not required in the following case. 148 is not required in the following cases. Sir, if such 137 is initiated, if the search initiated in, so if the search initiated under section 132, search initiated under section 132. Okay, sir. Sir, if any asset is requisition under section 132, in this case, in this case also, in this case. Okay, very simple, sir. If any search is initiated on the assessee, not required to follow the 148 procedures, directly done the assessment under section 140, directly issue the notice under section 148, directly done the assessment 147. Okay, sir. Next, sir, if A was satisfied that with approval of CIT and PCIT, sir, I am going to search the book, I am going to search the B house, but I find the my SSC books. That AO find the my SSC book. In that scenario also, I am directly conduct the assessment under section 147 with the issue of note with the 148 notice, not without following the 148 procedures, without following the 148A procedure, 148A procedures. Very simple, sir. With approval CIT, the books of accounts are assessed seized under the, in case of other person, but is belonging to the SSC, it belonging to the SSC, it belonging to the, sometimes AO received the faceless collection information. Sometimes in these three scenarios, we are not required to follow the 148A procedure. 148A procedures. Okay. So basically, above three cases, OBH is not given, directly given the notice under section 148. Not directly given the OBH under section. Okay. Sir, after done the 148A, after done the 148A, what we need to issue the notice. We need to issue the. Sir, for making assessment 147, AO may serve the notice to the SC under section 148. So, after serving the notice, what is the time limit to serve the notice? I will discuss. What is the time limit to serve the notice? I will discuss after some say. Sir, after serving the notice, within the 3 months from the end of the month in which notice was issued, or any extended time, need to file the return. We need to file. Sir, very simple, sir. If AO serve the notice to the SSC, the AO required to file the return against the such notice within the 3 months from the end of the month in which notice was issued, or any extended time is allowed by the AO. Okay, sir. Sir, if the return was filed within the 3 months, such return treated as a normal return. Very simple, sir. Whatever the exceptions and provisions are applicable to the 139(1) return, same provisions are applicable to the 139(1) return. Okay, sir. So, if return not filed after the 3 months, that's return not treated as a normal. That return not treated as a normal return. What is a normal return, sir? Which return is filed under section 139? Which return is filed under section 130? If filed out, it is not return. They are treated as a, not even treated as a 139. Okay, so 139. So we said that notice only when we need to issue, sir, we have seen that first point, sir, we have a AO has the information, then only issue the notice, and need to take the approval from the specified authority. We need to take the approval from the specified authority. But in the following cases, we not need to take any approval, sir, because we are already done the assessment under section, we already follow some procedure under section 148A. We are already take the approval from the specified authority, and we pass the order. This case is fit for the 147. In that scenario, we need not to take any approval from the specified authority. Again, repeating, sir. Sir, before passing the notice, we need to satisfy the two conditions. First condition, AO has the information. What is information, sir? That income has escaped. In the further relevant assessment. And we need to take the approval from the specified authority. But approval is not required in all the cases. But first case, sir, in the first case, in what case approval is not required, sir? Very simply, I am already done some procedure in the 148A. I am taking some approval from the specified authority. After that, I pass the order. This case is fit for the 148. This case. In that scenario, we need not to take again approval from that prescribed authority for passing the notice under section 148. For notice under section 148. That is for notice under section 148. Okay, sir. Not required to be received again. Okay, sir. Sir, what is the information? You said that, sir, already. What is information, sir? Very simple, sir. So, we have 4 types of information. Try to remember this point, sir. We don't have any options, sir. Sir, we have already information flagged in the case, sir. Such that income as, for example, sir, we can compare the books of accounts in the last year with the previous year with your return of income. I flagged that there is information. Sir. Sometimes any objections raised by the court in In case of SSC, any objection, that is also we have information. That is also treated. We have a information. Sir, information received from DTW. Okay, sir, DTW. We have that, the information. Sometimes we have information under section 130A, 5A, 135A. Sometimes we have a follow the information received from the court order or tribunal order. So what is the information? What is information means, sir? Sir, if any flagged information, we have a flagged in the case of, we have a flagged in the flag in case of the suggested that information suggested that the income is escaped. Sir, the final objection raised by the court in case of the SSC that have deemed that they have a information. No, sir, any information received from the DTW agreement. So we have to treat as the information. Sir, if any information received under section 135, we treat as it as a information. Sir, any information received due to the order or court, we treat as information. If this information is there, then only we pass the notice under section 140. Otherwise, not possible. Otherwise, sir, sometimes we treat as we deem it to be having information. Not required to flag information, not required to receive any information from the DTW, not required information received by the AO from under section 135A, not required to receive any court order. Okay, sir. In this scenario, we treat as a deemed information. In which scenario, sir? Sir, search is conducted on the SSC. In this scenario, we have a deemed information. We have a deemed information. We have directly send the notice 148. We complete your assessment. No, sir. If any survey is conducted, not usually, sir, if any survey is conducted 133A, not required to conduct, it treated that we have a deemed information. Treated that we have a deemed information. So, if any search is conducted, if any survey is conducted, sir, AO is satisfied that with approval of higher level of authority, I am going to the books of accounts are seized under section, but that is belonging to the my SSC. I am going to seize the one of the AO is going to seize the books of accounts and everything. I'm going to see the books of accounts and everything of the other SSC. But after finding that books of accounts or everything is belonging to the my SSC. In that scenario also, I have a information about the SSC. I have information. The SSC escaped the income. The SSC escaped the income. Okay, so in these three scenarios, we said that we have a deemed information. In these three, we have decided we have a deemed information. I will say that we have deemed information. Okay, sir. Sir, we need to say that where need to take the approval. Very simple, sir. Sir, 148B. Prior approval is required for the assessment or reassessment. So this is we'll talk about after some time. We say that where need to take the approval. Sir, notice issued for the 3 years. The notice issued for the 3 years for the end of the year. We need to take the approval for CAT, PCAT, DAT, PDAT, DA. So we need after 3 years, PCCAT, PDGAT, CCCAT, DGAT. So we need after 3 years, and for the 10 years relevant notice, we need to take the approval from this officer. For 3 years notice, we need to take the approval from this. So when you take the 10 years, time limit? I'm talking about the time limit to issue the notice. Sir, your escaped income is 50 lakhs. Your escaped income is 50 lakhs or more. We have a 10 relevant assessment years. For example, your escaped income is 1920 assessment year. 1920 assessment years. Relevant assessment year is a 670 lakhs. So, simply 2021 from year 2930. This 10 years of time is available to the SSC AO to complete their assessment. So, to send the notice, to send the notice for 147, to send the notice. So, no sir, this is the 10 lakhs. So, we have it, the AO have only 3 years time to send the notice for to send the notice under 148, to send the notice under. So, very simple sir. So, what is the time limit to send the notice? Sir, up to 3 years for end of the relevant years, 10 years, 50 lakhs or more, then can for the 10 years. Okay, sir. This is all the things, sir. This is the exam point of view, it's not more important, sir. Okay. Sir, sometime we need to take the approval. We need to take the separate approval. We need to take the approval for the assessment and reassessment or recomputation in certain cases only. So, if the search is initiated and survey is conducted, then you need to take the approval. So, no, sir. When the SSC or reassessment shall not made by the AO below rank of joint commission. Very simple, sir. So, when the search is initiated, a survey is conducted, the assessment done by the not below the rank of joint commissioner officer. But if done by the below the joint commissioner officer, we need to take the approval of the joint commissioner, joint CAT edition. Very simple, sir. Sir, if the search is initiated, I have information that the search is initiated. I will done the assessment 147 for the search case. I done the assessment under section 147 for the search case or survey case. In that scenario, in this scenario, the assessment or reassessment done by the any officers above the joint commissioner and above officer. If that assessment done by the below the rank of joint commissioner, we need to take the approval of joint commissioner, joint director, additional CAT, additional DA, additional DA. Okay, that's it. Time. So what is the time limit to complete this assessment? 12 months. What is the time limit to complete it? 12 months from the end of the relevant financial year in which notice was issued. What is the time limit to complete the assessment? 12 months from the end. So what is the time limit to complete the 144 and 143? Sir, 9 months from the end. 12 months. That is also 12 months from the end of the financial year in which relevant assessment year. That's what is the time limit to complete that assessment? So scrutiny assessments 12 months from the end of the relevant assessment year. Okay, so 12 months from the end of the relevant assessment year. From the end of the relevant assessment year. Okay, so what is the time? That's 6. Sir, so many things are these days, but we don't have that much of time. For MCQ purpose, this is more than enough. Okay, this is more than enough to clear your exam, I think. So we can complete your, I think 147 only I done with a part of the, I cover the 80% of the concept cover from the 147. Remaining all assessment I cover the 100%. Only 147 I cover the 80 to 85%. 151 we don't need it. I think this is not needed for your exam. This is not needed for exam. I just cover my process. I just cover my procedures. So if really required, put a comment. I will cover that point also. I will conduct the separate class on 147 also. Thank you very much, guys. So this 1 hour class is really helpful to you. Please use this class. If you really like my class, please subscribe my channel and put a comments. The class is good. We want more classes. Put the comments. Sir, I need this class. Discuss according to your comments. I will conduct my classes as well. Sir, appeals and revision will be conducted in the tomorrow class. Will be uploaded in the tomorrow video. Okay, sir. Thank you very much. If any grammatical mistakes, please ignore me, sir. I will also try to improve myself to deliver the more subject in the English, because in the Telugu plus English I deliver the utmost clarity, sir. There is no doubt. But English also I try to deliver the utmost clarity. If any small grammatical mistake, I'll try to improve this next 10-15 days. That's not a problem to me. Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Signing off by Ashok Muttabai.